How would you react if I told you that there are 3 countries in Europe currently selling their citizenship without having any official citizenship by investment program? We all know that you can buy a passport in the Caribbean, in El Salvador, or in countries with an official CBI program. But then there are those who are taking advantage of legal gray zones of constitutional loopholes to obtain exclusive passports that no one talking about. Now here's the thing, I don't particularly like about buying a passport through these standard programs. They often carry the smell of a purchased passport, and over time they may lose visa-free access, trigger issues at airports, or limit your ability to open bank accounts in the jurisdictions you would like. But we have found the solutions. Leaving aside the official CBI schemes, the real millionaires are securing new nationalities using legal pathways hidden within the constitutions of certain countries, known as citizenship by exception. The magic of this pass lies in the fact that there is no public criteria, no fixed rulebook. Only those who are truly in the know understand when and how each country grants them. Take Spain for example. Ilia Topuria obtained Spanish citizenship by exception for being the best in his field. But these types of citizenships aren't granted only to athletes or artists. They can also be granted to those who contribute significantly to the country, economically, with a creative business plan, by generating employment, and most important, by operating in an area of special national interest. If that's the case, the Prime Minister can grant you honorary citizenship without you ever having to live there, permanently or even temporarily. And no, you don't have to give up your original nationality, where you are Pakistani, Indian, American, Canadian. It's not a problem, at least if your previous citizenship doesn't require renouncing. Technically, almost every country has a clause like this, but many governments don't want to encourage it. They would rather overtax their citizens than incentivize foreign capital and economic growth. That's a mistake, because the few countries that are leveraging these exception-based citizenships are attracting high-level individuals who are willing to pay the price of setting up a company, hiring locals, contributing to the economy, and I personally think that's a good thing. In Europe, there are several options, but the most affordable ones are Serbia and Bosnia. For a price similar to Caribbean passport and lower than Turkey, which now stands at $400,000, you can secure a real passport, a real citizenship of a real country, a passport from a country that is against the woke movement, against the agenda, and most importantly, outside the European Union. This means you are outside the scope of taxation by nationality, outside the looming digital euro, and outside the socialist chaos currently governing many EU countries. The third European country with an exceptionally strong passport but a much higher price is Austria. This option is reserved for high net worth individuals, as it typically requires a minimum investment of 3 million euros. These routes are being pursued by international entrepreneurs, people who run businesses around the world, generate significant income, hold property both in their home country and abroad, and above all, have clean records and can prove their wealth comes from legitimate sources. We work exclusively with government-recognized routes, partnering with law firms that have successfully secured citizenship for our clients, whether by descent, birthright, investment, or exception. This is not about printing a fake passport at home. These are official passports granted by the state, where the head of government personally reviews your file, evaluates how and how much you will contribute, and decides that you deserve to become one of their citizens. If this sounds like something you want, I invite you to fill out the form in the description so we can secure your second passport as soon as possible. Because this is not easy, not every law firm can get it done, and these passports are not handed out to just anyone. Only when you have a clear plan and have been through this process multiple times do you start to understand why some are approved and others are not. You won't find much information about this online because there are many real cases, and the few that exist are only known by the firms actively working on them. Yes, you can get a European passport without living there, without paying a huge amount of taxes there. You just need to do it smart, use official channels, and have the right contacts. I'm Victor, and see you soon.